we're actually doing just a chill build video. I've started plugging in whatever I want videos throughout the month just so that if I want to do something off the list or off menu, I can. Sorry if I sound weird and I'm a little bit, I'm a little bit lower. I am a little bit lower because my little Judy dog, who is precious and pure and perfect and never does anything wrong in her life ever, my landscapers, I thought they were gone, and she really was acting like she needed to go to the bathroom. Let her out. Well, they were still here. They just hadn't packed everything up yet, and the gate was open. So my dogs took off, and I got the beagle right away, but Judy heard kids playing like 2 or 3 streets over, and so she took off running. She looked at me, made the decision not to listen to me, and took off running. And I didn't think. I just bolted after her, barefoot, in the desert when it's 108. So I'm sure you can imagine what happened. And I'm currently wheelchair bound until my feeties are not squishy. Do not recommend, but there you have it. Now, we're actually building a school today. This is in my Suburban hell neighborhood. I don't plan on ever recording in this neighborhood, but as I build things for it, I like to show them off. The concept is basically following a group of child-age Sims throughout their life, but with really slow gameplay, almost month-to-month real-world timeline gameplay. I want to really follow their lives, because that's something that I see other people do where they're like, oh, the kids went to camp, or they had this, and I just really want to try that. So here I'm just gabbing. Goodness sakes, grabbing a bunch of different items. I'll cut in a minute, I don't remember where. So yeah, I wanted to build a school. I put it next to a deco building and I tried to match it a little bit just so I didn't have to build a full-on school. I could just build the things that interest me and just say everything else was in the other school or other building. Because that's pretty common, especially in areas that suddenly expand. If there's enough room, they'll build another building. If there's not, they'll do what I've done, you can kind of see on the side. They'll bring in temporary trailers that end up just being there forever. I don't know if anybody else had those at their school, but I sure did. And yeah, I thought it'd be a fun nod to my own time in elementary school. I really like that Life and Death, it's not Life and Death, Love Struck. The guy dancing with the lady, wall relief? I don't know what to call it. I do think I end up removing it, but it fits so perfectly. I kind of wish I'd left it. So yeah, the way that I imagine this neighborhood going is I'll take a lot of screenshots. It'll be like Oddly Island was, way back when I first started on Tumblr, sharing things. But yeah, it'll be just a fun, chill thing to do. Although I realized I didn't have one piece of CC that shocked me, but a piece of paper with a written list in Simlish, preferably, didn't have it because I wanted to take screenshots eventually of okay, all the kids are going to kindergarten, so they're gonna go see which teacher they have and which classroom they're in. Yeah, I'm gonna get way too into this. I already know it, you already know it, we already know it, but here we are. I've already placed the main kids, but another thing that I want to do is I was inspired basically by a Tumblr post where a girl was like, I'm some kid's imaginary friend. Because she ran into the parents who fully thought she was a fake thing because the way the kid was describing her, she had twin mohawks, so he said she had horns, and she had quite a few piercings, things like that, and so he was just describing her in a way that made her seem fake. And they were like, oh my god, she's a real person? This is just a person. It was a very wholesome post. And I like that concept of the way that kids think to describe things, or they see someone and they're like, oh, my neighbor's a witch because she has gray hair. Just the way they think in general. I really would like to kind of incorporate that a little bit. So I'm gonna look for kind of funky looking Sims, and I'm basically gonna, in nearby houses, have the actual regular version of them, and then the imagined kid version, so we'll see both versions walking around, and depending on who I'm playing at the time, oh, the kids saw Spooky Nancy, or if it's from the parent perspective, oh yeah, I saw my neighbor Nancy. I thought it would be fun. And that way we can have sightings of both. Because I haven't really wanted to play the fanhood as much, so this is my chance to do so. Hi, Judy. Hello. Hi, I know. Judy is very sorry for not listening to me. She does not understand why I'm now in a chair that moves. The beagle's also terrified of the chair, but he's slowly coming to terms with the chair. He's not quite happy about it, though. Poor thing. Oops. I did want to do a bike. We always called it the bike corral, but it was basically when the kids came in the morning, they would go in this little cage, and then whatever teacher was in charge would lock it, and at the end of the day would unlock it so your bikes didn't get stolen. Just little details like that from smaller schools, because this is meant to be a smaller school. This is meant to be basically a subdivision neighborhood in an area that was previously not inhabited, that's kind of off, maybe a little Night Valley, but not quite spooky, if that makes sense. I don't know. Okay, sorry. Full disclosure, I accidentally bumped my foot against my desk chair leg, and let's just say words were said. I needed a minute. It's fine now. Oh my gosh. I can't wait till my feet heal. Although it was funny because my partner, of course, was like, do you need to go to the emergency room? Because I called him. I'm like, hey, I need your help. And I was like, oh no, they're probably just second-degree burns. And he's like, what do you mean they're just second-degree burns? I'm like, this isn't even a 10 for me. This is like maybe a 6. And just like the mental math being done. I'm like, I'm in pain all the time. Blisters on my feet does not compare to when I sleep funny and my jaw was dislocated all night. And so now my mouth hurts constantly whenever I even think of moving it. Like, it just doesn't compare. I do get rid of the sign and I put that. It seemed more like something that would be in front of a school. So yeah, I think I was talking about how this is meant to be a smaller neighborhood. It's not supposed to be a giant school. I decided that the school was going to have a tortoise because I think that's really cute. And I don't know if you know this, but if you live in Arizona, you can actually like become a guardian to a tortoise, so to speak. They call it adopting, but like you don't own them. Because there's so many of them, and they are a species that needs to be cared for, and they obviously live a long time. So people will just have them. And when they hibernate, a lot of people just put them in the fridge for that time period. And there's been times where I've opened a basement fridge expecting soda and found a tortoise. That's all I'm going to say about that. So this is technically the front of the lot. I know I'm building like this is the side, but this is technically the front. But it seemed like the spot where there would be speed bumps, because this is probably where the parents are driving real fast to like drop their kids off at school. This is also where a lot of people probably cut through on their way to other areas. And so I wanted to put speed bumps because that's a very common thing to see in roads that are busier that weren't meant to be busier. And then I wanted some sort of like billboard situation here. Maybe not as realistic to have it outside, especially in like a larger school, but in smaller schools, you do see it sometimes. And believe me, I have attended smaller schools. I just put the, no cell phone sign. Seemed, why not? That trumpet does get removed. Not in the video. It has no footprint, so I had to actually download a special mod to be able to get rid of it. So it's just there for the duration. A lot of high school year stuff though, and a lot of, was it Discover University for Sims 3? I don't know, I didn't really play Sims 3 as much. I've thought about going back to it, but like on the one hand, I do think that its pet system is the most superior to all of the other pet systems. But on the other hand, I feel like no matter what CC you have, they are potato faces and they give me uncanny valley vibes and it makes me uncomfortable. So, do with that what you will. So yeah, now we are working on the playground. I wanted to make sure you can obviously get to it from both buildings, even though the other one's deco. We're trying to pretend that it's all one. So first I put the little rainbow fence for the tortoise. I don't don't know what we should call the tortoise, but he does need a name. Just brief pink flashing, which was concerning, but it went away. In addition to the tortoise, I knew I wanted, playground equipment, a little bit of a garden area, because I plan on, again, being too detailed here, so they're gonna have, like, garden units where we see them try to go grow plants and stuff. But I didn't have a specific vision or plan when I went into this, other than I was building an elementary school and referencing places I haven't been in a long time. It is funny, though, because so we don't have kids, and I can't have kids, so I'm probably not ever going to be a parent. So one of the things, like, in our house search that is different than everyone else's, we're like, yeah, no, we would actually prefer worse school districts, because we're not going to have kids, so we don't care. And we don't have to tell people that. So we can say, well, the school district's not great, take 10K off. Which we've looked at a bunch of houses today. Fingers crossed. We did find technically 3 that would work, but one was the one that we really enjoyed above the others. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm moving. I'm not ready. I have not packed. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't want to think about it. Oh, now I'm thinking about it. Like, I want to move, but, like, the process of moving does suck. And I used to move all the time, so, like, I know this. But once I moved, it'll be so nice. And I can actually, it'll be my house. So I'll be able to do whatever I want. No more weird, vaguely ominous letters from the HOA about scooters in my yard that I don't own and children's toys that are not in the yard because I don't have kids. Accompanied, funnily enough, always by a picture of my house, my rental house, with none of those things. And I'm always just like, what is this? Do I need to respond to this? Because, like, they threaten to fine you, they're gonna do all this, and I'm like, okay, but, like, can I just ignore you if you are wrong? Can I do that? I have a feeling AI has gotten involved in that because I do have an electric car, and so when I'm not parked in my driveway, there is an extension cord with a little blue plug-in thing on the end of it. And so I think that they use AI. They take pictures of every house and just use AI to go, is there any of this in the yard? And since it's blue, they go, oh, it's a toy, or it's a scooter, or it's a that. It's like, no, it's not. It's a charge port for my car. I know. I was supposed to start introductions with the foster girls this week, but that's not happening because I can't walk. I'm tempted to just let them out and just let it sort itself out. I never would, but, like, you think about it sometimes. I think everyone thinks about it, and unfortunately I think a lot of people do give in to that little brainworm that says just let them get together. Because all the time at the shelter it's like, please do not let this dog who is traumatized just loose into your home with your other dog that you've had since they were a puppy and has never been around other dogs. Like, don't do that. Because they get a lot of returns. Which I think we're just keeping both of them now. I don't know. I really like both of them, so I'm kind of just like, we can figure it out, but who knows. If I move, I might just wait to introduce everybody till we're in the new house, because then it's neutral territory. Everyone can set up their areas. It's cool. I don't know. I really like these like rubber mat things that come with, I believe it's Apartment Life. Doesn't matter. Everybody, if you have this game, you have all the packs. Like, it's that old. But I'm not sure. But yeah, like, that's what you see at playgrounds now. It's not, you know, the wood chips, which sucked. I don't know if you ever fell off a swing into a pile of wood chips, but that's not fun. And so I like putting these pretty much where playgrounds are. And I went with the general primary colors just because that felt right. And then over there is the garden area that I wanted to set up. I've got a sandbox. I mean, it's a basic playground, but, like, it works. Also, we're only doing the exterior. I'm not gonna do the interior today. But I might do it in the future. Who knows? I might do it off camera, on camera. No one knows. Certainly not me. like this little awning too. It seems like something you'd see at a school. And of course the basketball hoop. That's important. And these are the little gardeny things. I just like the idea of there being like a science unit, and so all the different classes had their own little bin, and they can compare and see what's happening. Let's make it fun. Let's just use our little imaginations and have a good time. And then I couldn't find the hose though. That was driving me nuts, because I was like, I just had it and then I deleted it. But I do find it, in case you were worried. Oh, I'm so tired. I moved to houses all day today. And I was very brave, and I did it in a wheelchair, which is horrifying. Do not recommend. But like, I already had them scheduled, so I kind of either had to cancel or get over it, and I got over it, so I'm proud of myself. I had to fix the cheat because the swings weren't placing right. And then up here, I wasn't originally gonna do walls, but the other building had it, and it just, those things look kind of weird loose on top of the roof, so I was like, I'll do it. And then I found a color I liked better, so I changed all the bits and bobs. Because it's all gotta go somewhere. I was gonna do the solar panels, but it didn't seem... I've never seen a school with solar panels. They should have them, but like, I'd never seen that. Miss Judy, ma'am. Take it outside if you're gonna do it. Don't make me threaten the beagle with the wheelchair, because I will. I'll feel very bad about it. He's terrified of it, but like... I will do it. I thought I had the park bark, but then I realized I was doing something with leaves. And I just went with it. Because why not? I'll probably add a couple bits of greenery and stuff, but that's it. So thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, please give a like. It really does help, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.